Okay, so I took off the air filter box to remove the air filter. When I took off the carburetor, I noted lots of oil and dirt inside the carburetor, which I was not happy to see, so it tells me that the filter was just useless, wasn't working right. A couple of times now I've found broken parts when I take things apart, so half the bracket snapped off for the filter, so I'm going to have to repair that. So that'll be nice. When I did take this apart, sure enough, a lot of oil coming over from the catch can, from the vapors coming over from the crankcase vent catch can and coming into the box here, and you can even... Okay, so I took off the air filter box. When I had removed the excuse me, when I'd removed the carburetor, I noted that there was a lot of oil and dirt inside the carburetor throat and on the slide, which was not very good at all, shouldn't be there. So the vapors from the crankcase vent catch can come over into the air box here, and they're supposed to be sucked in and burned and used up in the carburetor, but it's just making a bloody mess inside here. So I'll get the light in here and you can see there's even some oil. See the oil there around the bolt, and the inside is just coated with oil and just a light misting. And same with the bottom of the box. The bottom of the box is just coated with oil. There's oil everywhere on this thing. So yeah, the mist is coming over and just making a bloody mess. So I'm going to be rerouting that catch can away from the air box, and I'll just plug off that inlet there, and we'll go from there. But when I took the box off, of course half the bracket was broken off, so it was being held on or held in place by the 10mm bolt on the side of the can. So now there's another little deal that I got to fix, but it's kind of not very good. They got a fair-sized bolt that goes through there, and I guess just the vibrations just snap that off, so I'm going to have to fix that up. So there we go. But here's the old filter, and you can see the where are we? Here we go, like on this side. A lot of dirt, a lot of filth here. Oil, there's bits of oil. And on the inside, see if I can get a little bit of a shot of the inside here. Go up closer. It's all just dirty. Just filthy on the inside. Yeah. So this thing was doing nothing for filtering. And I'm not a big fan of these anyway. I've got a brand new one that I bought. I picked it up from Hitchcock's, but it's basically the same deal. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some measurements. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to take some measurements and see if I can find a paper filter element that'll fit in here, and go to a paper filter element, especially one that like is a little bit more common, rather than having to go with these cloth cotton ones from India, or in this case the new one I picked up from Hitchcock's, because I'd bought some parts, so I just thought I'll just throw that on the list of parts. But anyway, I just wanted to go over that and just show you what a mess this can make. And I keep the oil catch can drained. I drain it all the time, so I never let it build up. But it doesn't take much. I mean, the vapor is always full of the little droplets of oil from the engine, from the piston going up and down as the crankcase vents into it. So over time, it builds up quite a bit of junk in there. So on the old Enfields, just used to run these, and a lot of any of the old bikes just used to run it to grade, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run it to grade for the little bit of mostly condensation and a wee bit of oil that gets picked up. I don't care. It's not going to go into my filters anymore and bugger up the filter and bugger up the carburation. So just a little tip here. I took the throttle cable off of the carburetor, and I've still got it connected at the handlebar. But I wanted to get some oil in there and kind of oil up this cable. So without an oiler. I just took a small piece of Tygon tubing. This is just a paper towel that I wrapped around the top here in case anything spills or leaks out. But I had a nice little piece of Tygon tubing, and it fit over the nipple on the end of the speedometer or the throttle cable nicely. And then I just topped it up with just some oil, engine oil, up to about here, and then slowly it just went down, and it's gone now. So I'm going to let it go down. You can see how I've got it. There's a bit of a loop. It's only going to fill up to the bottom there. So I'll let that go, and then what I'll do is I'll start to lift this up a little bit, and eventually I'll be able to get it pretty well in line with the throttle. It might be a little bit off. The handlebars are a little higher, but that's okay. It'll certainly be a lot better than it was. And then when I'm finished, I'll just disconnect it from here and probably drop it down into an oil pan and let the excess drain. But I just wanted to make sure that the cable was oiled up nicely. It's not frayed or anything, so it's still in pretty good shape. But 26 years ago, and this thing was put on, so it's still holding up. So I thought I'll oil it while I've got the carburetor off. So just a quick video, just polishing up the valve covers here. I already cleaned them up with some Varsol and got all the grease and junk off them, but quite a difference. You can see I've just polished this half here, and this is like a minute, and it's coming up very nicely. I'll follow that up with some Autosol, and should just come out perfectly. All I'm using is just my old grinder here with a buffing wheel on it, and then just the purple, or the blue. Actually, the container is purple, but the stick is actually more blue. And this is just for light cleaning. So didn't take very much. Just like I say, just maybe a minute, and very satisfying. Polishing aluminum comes up really nice. Every once in a while I'll take the covers off and I'll just give them a quick polish. But Autosol usually does the trick. When the covers are still on the bike, it's easy to do by hand, and I have a little buffing wheel that I put in my cordless drill, and I can just buff them up nice. So same with the fork tubes. I'll do the fork tubes that way as well. Anyway, just thought I'd share that, but yeah, quite a difference, eh?